If you're a parent, you really need to reconsider sleepovers, y'all, because I'm telling you right now, I spent 10 years in prison with a lot of bad women who were not only bad themselves, but also were with a lot of bad men. Because I had my first and only child while I was locked up, I realized in that moment, oh my gosh, when I get out of here, I need to protect him. So while I'm in here with these sickos, I'm going to get all the intel, figure out how their sick little minds work to protect not only my child, but everyone around me and their children. The main thing that I found out was that these sickos, they hurt the most accessible kids. Your family member, your neighbor, somebody at the school that has an immense amount of trust placed upon them because of their position. Your college friend, don't think just because you've known that person for a million years or you trust them yourself that they're okay with your kids, because you don't know about their sick thoughts. It's not something that they openly talk about. When it comes to your children meeting friends at school or having friends that they've known since first grade and now they're in sixth grade, I'm telling you right now, you don't know everybody in that family. You don't know everybody that comes to that home. There was a lady in prison with me. Y'all, this lady was everywhere. She was on the board at the school. She was part of all the groups, communities, and in all the places that you would think a trustworthy parent would definitely be a part of this community. She wasn't actually the perpetrator, but her boyfriend was. And she had been with this man for years. They lived in a neighborhood where everyone trusted them. They were the house where all the kids went over to hang out. She had an 11-year-old daughter. The times that she would allow this man to target these kids was when they were having sleepovers. And when her friends would come to sleep over, he would wait till everyone was sleeping and then he would try to pick off the weakest or most timid. Finally, a parent realized that every time their daughter would go over there for a sleepover, she would come back and she would be really quiet, in a shell, like something was wrong, but she would never say what was wrong. Come to find out, when they finally did get it out of her, she didn't want to say anything because she thought the families were such good friends and they had known each other for so long that she was doing something wrong. Even though this girl was around the 12-year-old mark, she thought she was doing something wrong. He ended up getting 75 years in prison for all the counts. She ended up getting 30 years in prison. That wasn't even enough in my opinion. But imagine these kids that were traumatized. They don't have a year-to-date mark of when they're going to be healed. This is going to be a forever thing with them. And you think you know your kids and you think they're going to speak up for themselves and tell you. And by the time you figure it out, it's too late, because it's much better to risk them not having the memory of sleepovers rather than irreversible damage where they're going to have to face trauma and therapy for the rest of their life because you wanted them to have one good night. What are they missing out on? They're missing out on sleeping hours. You can do things like take them over to partake in the activities, let them stay late, and then bring them over early in the morning. Their childhood will not be ruined. I cannot stress this to you guys enough. There were so many women in there because of what they allowed their partners, their husbands, their boyfriends, or they themselves did. It was an astronomical number, and it 9 times out of 10 happened at sleepovers. From somebody who spent 10 years in prison, sleepovers are dangerous, primal territory for these sickos to maneuver in their sickness. And I firsthand saw and heard what these people do and how they think and how they pick their targets. Sleepovers is the spot. Do not allow your child to go to sleepovers, okay? It is so dangerous, and the risk that you run if something were to happen is something you'll never be able to forgive yourself for. Sleepovers are a hard no for me, and they should be for you too, okay? I love you guys, and I will see you on the next one. Make good decisions.